We'll call this council public meeting to order. It is Wednesday, October 18th, time is 5 p.m. The topic is sale of city-owned property located on Kelley Street. Do I turn it over to Jacob Jackson or to you, John Wallace?
I'll take this one.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
all right, thank you, Mayor. This is something we've been working on for quite some time. It's a sale of a property, Kelley Street, which is up by the Commons property there. Property that is semi-landlocked. It has a maybe 600 square foot lot.
Does that show it?
That's right there.
Good.
The church right there.
Yes.
Property is surrounded on several sides there by other parcels that sale of this property would make it contiguous with this development, a bigger building block for commercial development there. Property is in our urban renewal agency, so when it ever does get developed, it'll capture that increment. But the ORS has, the Oregon State statute has a process that requires a public hearing. Part of that, you have to declare it's necessary publication. We've done that. Getting has that. In nature of the sale, and then proposed, why are we selling it? And so I think I just said why, but we did an appraisal on this property. The property came back at $67,000. Part of it because some of the encumbrances, there's some pre-development work that's happened on the site with the developer. They filled the site like 8 feet right through there. And so there's utilities, infrastructures, it's all around right now. A little bit more filling to do to make it home. Yeah, for public notice, we're selling it for both the expansion of commercial opportunities in the city. Public hearing, you'll open a public hearing.
I'll open it up for any public comment. Please keep the 3 minutes or less. State your name for the record.
Steve Topaz, I'm for the sale, and I think the proceedings ought to stop right now. As John mentioned, that there are certain procedures. One of the procedures is on the public notice, which is printed. There must be a full description of the property, where the water lines are and so on. And there also must be a printed or a public notice of the appraisal of the property. Evidently, the appraisal has been done, but not publicly put in the paper where it's supposed to be. And this is the thing that caught us with the Grove property on the not the mill site, was that the appraisal was not published, and that got us into the court. So I think because it's been done but not published, we ought to redo this with publishing the official information and a full description. Thank you.
Thank you. We have our attorney Bill Monahan with us.
Yes, he just got on.
Okay, we just got on. Give Bill a second here. Hey, Bill, so we have some discrepancy on the way it was published, that there wasn't actually a description of any water lines or sewer lines on the property. And the when it was published, it was not, the appraisal was not published with it as well. This does fall within our urban renewal, so I'm not sure that actually requires those. But those are the questions by ORS standards. Let me do that page. It says that there needs to be a public hearing. We have why the council is considering it necessary. We've proven that. It also enhances the footprint of an urban renewal agency and also helps with future property development on a different parcel. And proof of publication, which we did publicate, but what's being Contested is the publication.
So I'm sorry, I came in late. I was coming in early, I thought, for the for the next hearing. So perhaps I can ask John a couple questions because I have not looked at the notice. Is the challenge to the proper notification for sale of surplus property? Is that it?
Yes, that we did that, but that we didn't clip with it appraisal.
And can you cite to me the ORS that was referenced as the challenge? Was there?
What we're looking at is ORS 221.725. Sale of real property by city.
Okay, let me just go to that if I can. Okay. So you're required to publish a notice of the proposed sale, which you did. The notice required shall be published at least once during the week prior, which I'm sure it was. And state the time and place of the hearing, a description of the property or the interest to be sold, the proposed uses for the property, and the reasons why the council considers it necessary and convenient to sell the property.
Did that.
Not earlier than 5 days after publication, the public hearing concerning the sale shall be held at the time and place stated in the notice. The nature of the proposed sale and the general terms thereof, including an appraisal or other evidence of the market value of the property, shall be fully disclosed by the city council at the public hearing.
Yes, we have done that.
So that's not necessary that that be within any kind of notice of the hearing, but that information needs to be disclosed during the course of this hearing.
Yes. Okay, so yeah, again, we have an appraisal here of $67,000.
Okay.
Additional appraisal right here. So. Manham Appraisal Services.
So as long as that's within the record and that's taken into consideration.
Yep.
And it says that any resident of the city shall have the opportunity to present written or oral testimony. I know you've done that. So the fact that you have the nature of the sale and the general terms, including the appraisal, and it's all fully disclosed at the hearing, then
Yep.
you're compliant.
Okay. Any other public comment?
Stephen Todd from the city of St. Helens. So, I don't think that the, council has fully disclosed, the nature of the proposed sale. So this is a sale of a property that trades 3,600 square cubic yards of fill dirt for piece of property on that this piece of property. That 30, which has already been delivered, that property's already been delivered to the site for the police station. So somehow, some way, there's some kind of deal cut where the construction already started on this site. Somebody already made a real estate deal. Somebody already contracted with a dirt hauler, and somebody already hauled this dirt to the property. And it's all part and parcel of a fait accompli, some kind of secret plan outside of the public knowledge, outside of the public legal rights for approval of the police station. The conditional use permit was denied by the planning commission, and rightfully so, because the city could not carry its burden, no other sites were available. Nevertheless, the city, before that hearing, went ahead with this deal. So I don't think the public's been adequately informed about any of the background of this deal. I certainly think there are huge implications of it when it comes time for the next hearing. Any of the public officials here that have been involved in any discussions concerning this property, either an executive session or otherwise, need to fully disclose the full nature of those discussions ahead of the next hearing, because you're about to sit in judgment of a land use application, which is extremely problematic. And I am troubled by the fact that this is now on an agenda item that it just looks like, oh yeah, we're just gonna get some dirt and we're gonna give up something in our urban development, when the truth of the matter is this is part and parcel of a long-term plan. Part of our cart being about 10 miles ahead of our horse on this one. So I don't think it's been fully disclosed. I don't think you should do it. And I think it raises a lot of implications about disclosures, about meetings, about discussion. I have no idea how this deal went down or why. And the only reason I figured it out, I just happened to be going through this stuff and realized, oh my God, this is the dirt that they piled up 3 weeks ago. So I'm objecting to it, and that's my contribution. Thank you.
Brady Fran, so. I'm really confused about this because my understanding of what's going on, and I've been around for a long time. This is the biggest case of corruption I've ever seen on a public entity. And I've seen a lot. Can you verify, has the dirt already been delivered?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So how is that possible? How are you having a agreement that's not signed with the sale agreement? And you're admitting that you've delivered the dirt, because I'm like, when I heard this story, and I've been hearing it for a while, I'm like, this shit can't possibly be happening here. As corrupt as the city is, and as many things as you've done, and you can't possibly take acceptance of dirt for sale of a property for which you don't have an agreement. How do you do this? I mean, you guys should be in jail. This is about the most stupid thing I've ever heard of. Today is the public hearing. What if you say no? What if you vote no? Does it mean, obviously you're gonna vote yes, right? Because you've already got the dirt. So why are we having a public hearing about something that you've already made a decision on? I cannot, again, I've seen a lot of crap from the city and the county, but anyone that votes for this is corrupt, plain and simple. How you got dirt delivered, first of all, I don't even understand how you get dirt for property. That's a stupid idea. Let's just even talk about that whole idea. You want to buy dirt, you put out an RFP. That's how the process works. You put out an RFP, you get quotes for dirt, you buy the dirt. You want to sell property, you have a public hearing, you get an appraisal of the property, you publish the appraisal, which you still haven't done, and then you sell the property. There are two separate processes. We're not Baghdad where we're trading stuff in the back alley someplace, which is exactly what happened. This is corruption. And I am just shocked that this is happening in America. This is like corruption with a capital K as in Kremlin. This shit happens in Russia. We don't do this in this country. This does not happen in this country, that you can take delivery of dirt and then have the public hearing afterward. I just can't even believe it. I frankly just am astounded that you're even doing it and that you will admit on public record that, yeah, we've already got the dirt. So of course it's a done deal. And if you vote no, what's going to happen? You're going to pick up the dirt. And not to mention the fact that you're getting the dirt delivered for a police station that doesn't have a permit. Oh, that's great. Yeah. So of course, let's just go ahead and do that. Of course, I guess that means that it's a foregone conclusion that you're going to approve the police station and overturn the planning commission, because gee, why do we want the dirt at that spot if you're not going to approve the police station? So it's like, why do we even bother to go through? I don't even think you should bother to have a public hearing. Just make the decision and say, yeah, we're corrupt. We're just going to do what we want to do. We're lies.
You know, public comment. So what was said here was not exactly true. Okay. The dirt was brought in a respectable contractor who owns the abutting property and the property around it. Leahy Construction. We talked about this for the industrial park development, not the police station. The industrial park development. We thought it benefited the whole development because we have a phase one with a lift station and the whole works. How this would enhance, and he also talked about walking it in, and when we let our city administrator start the talks of this project. That there would be no ifs, ands, or buts about it from any other contractor, that the work he performs would exceed the $67,000 mark guaranteed. In trade of. By any other.
And you have an agreement with him?
Our city administrator was directed, he wanted to move it in, if he wanted,
Do you have an agreement?
No, we don't.
Okay, well then how the hell are you doing it?
It's not your turn.
Well, it is my turn.
It's
You're
not,
talking to me.
it's not,
You just admitted that you broken the law.
behind,
Thank you for admitting it.
behind. You will, if you allow me to address the community and not you and your beliefs.
It's not a belief.
It is a belief, it is straight a belief of yours, and only yours.
You don't have an
That you
agreement.
normally have. Now, that being said. We worked with this reputable contractor, Leahy Construction, who did Greystone, where the property on the other side are owned by Ken Leahy. He did the entire development there. No, wait, no, I don't want.
I'm not calling Kelley. I'm calling you. I
I'm
wanna know which one of you
If you
knew about this.
gonna ask you to leave, and you're not gonna like it.
Go right ahead. Call 911.
I will, Brady.
Go right ahead.
I will. If you do not come to an order, you are gonna be removed and trespassed from this facility. Do you understand that? You understand that?
First time. Trust
You understand that, okay.
And I hope you understand I can sue you too, so.
Yeah, you can, Brady, like you do everybody else.
Yeah.
This is your final warning. You keep it up and I will trespass you. I will have my officers down here. Again, so excuse me for my behavior. Anybody watching or anybody here with me. Unbecoming of me, I'm trying to explain the process of the industrial park. Not the police station, the industrial park. And the value of the dirt to the area. Again, so. When it was brought up as an idea, and Ken Leahy wanted this chunk of property who has an interest, who does site development, by the way. And locks it in and the engineering packs it in. That, well, yes, this is very interesting, as long as he's going to make sure that he can. Guarantee that he's gonna perform well over the $67,000 worth of work. That the property value of this lot is, and his answer obviously was he felt comfortable in doing that before an agreement. Because he stands behind his work. And he hauled the dirt in when the rains weren't happening and covered it. And now that's set there for, just like what came off of the St. Helens Place Apartments, Brady. The dirt there for the development of the industrial park. Okay? No, and there for 2 years. Yeah, it is. So that's
Yeah,
it.
I'm not buying that either, by the way.
Okay,
It just happens to be piled up right where the police stations go, where you guys are trying to build up 4 feet.
so ambulance mute either Toski, please, point of order. Is there any other public comment? There wasn't, so we can go ahead and call this public hearing closed. It is what it is, exactly.